There was a question a while ago. Someone asked, how can one become more loving? Well, a first step towards love is becoming more peaceful, becoming more stable within. Because the more one gives in to let's say, to the chaos of the mind, well, the more imbalanced they will be, the less patient they will be, the more chaotic they will be. Because the mind is nothing else, as I've been saying, but an engine of creation. It is an engine of design and creation. Whatever you focus on, whatever you feed it with, it will constantly create. The more you focus on things, be that you worry about those or you think deeply about those because you cherish something or whatever, the more you make your mind focus towards it and it will create more. This is one reason why I've been telling people a lot of things about their religion, because when they start seeing angels in their dreams, it's not because angels are visiting them, it's because the mind simply cleans itself of especially the things that you're thinking of the most. Now, a lot of people are also thinking about religious ideas, thoughts, and you know, points of view that they may have experienced or learned from others. But the more you do that, see, everything is interconnected, and we are also interconnected as a species. Something that makes most of us suffer or think intensely towards or revere or fear or whatever, it also influences us all as a race. And, that, let's call it entity, which represents us as a whole, also has its, let's say, mental structure in a way, which is fed by all of our thoughts, emotions, points of view, and the such. And when it gets stained with a lot of this meaning, it also seeks to liberate itself from it. So, if you happen to end up in so called near death experiences, don't be surprised if you're gonna see angels and the such. That's part of the, let's say, collective mind trying to clean itself of everything that humanity is thinking a lot about. Because when you think about stuff, it's like you print all sorts of things, right? The more you print, sooner or later you're gonna run out of space, right? And when you run out of space, well, the mind has endless resources, so you don't have to worry about, printing material, right? But the material itself is, let's say infinite. But what you're gonna print, you're gonna run out of space to house it. So the very simple point is, when you run out of this space to house it, what what would you do, right? Now the mind has its way of cleaning itself, and well, your emotional body also has some, and well, the collective, let's say, existence that represents us as humans also has. And now, if we are to move further a bit, see, when you want to become a bit more loving, see, love is something that you need no preparation towards, right? If you need preparation towards something, well, the lowest forms of it, aka maybe let's think about sex, that kind of requires at least a bit of preparation. Meeting someone, arranging a discussion with others. There are many other things that require preparation, but love does not require a preparation. You either are or you are not, right? You either are loving or you are not. But even that kind of doesn't fall into the idea of duality, because in a way love is something that exists and flows everywhere around us. Now, a lot of people simply live in this simple mindedness where love is just touch, right? And hugs, caresses, or maybe even the sexual part. But ultimately, love is not just that. That is a physical way of showing it, but it doesn't mean necessarily that love has to be just that. See, love is exactly like awareness. The more aware you become, the different your life will become, and the more sensitive you become. The more sensitive you become, well, you will see love will feel in a different way, life will feel in a different way. That is why you have people who are very calm, they are very stable emotionally and mentally, and they feel very pleasant. Then, when you have people who always fuss about things, they're always mentally active and such, it feels like they're constantly very physical. You can even feel their auric field, right? It happens to me when I go to supermarkets or crowded spaces. Sometimes someone passes by me and I like shiver or something because someone suddenly feels so physical. They're so dense. They have thought so many things. They have so many repressed emotions and as such. Their structure becomes very solid in a way. You can even feel it. But one requires a certain level of sensitivity towards that. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, as some people may say, I have been bestowed with such a gift. Now, for me, it's neither fortunate nor unfortunate because these are partly meaning, right? It means that I have to classify this gift as something. Whether I classify it as or not, in the end, it's a waste of time to classify it because it is active within me, right? Since it is active within me, well, I don't need to classify it, I just need to learn how to use it, right? When people think about love, well, they think about it. That's the problem. Most people in the world haven't felt love, especially when they were at their youngest. When they were at their youngest, their parents didn't give them, unfortunately, the touch that they need. You can see this everywhere in the world. Everyone is craving touch and the such. However, it's contrasting a bit, for example, with morals or, well, even with some religious writings, right? Where they say that you're not allowed to touch the other person. Islam has this, and, well, to a certain extent, Christianity also has this, right? That until you get married, you're not allowed to touch the other person or any other person of a different gender. And, well, marriage also has its own purpose. But the very simple point is, these are not necessarily there to tell you that you have to behave in a moral way. The root of these ideas of not touching others, for example, they come from the idea of protecting you from getting unwanted energies into your body by just touching other people or spending too much time around such people. And it was also meant specifically to protect women because their body has to be almost holy before and during birth because the purer a female's body is during birth, well, not during raising the child within her belly. The point is, the higher the chances, the child will be of a higher value, right? Not physiologically speaking, but spiritually speaking, they will be of a greater essence, right? Nowadays, everyone is having children, all the ignorants are having children. So, it is not surprising that most children in this world, well, they're also ignorant as well. So, if we are to move a bit around, if you want to make a step towards feeling lovely and pleasant, well, there is one simple point to do. Uh, how about you treat your body in a better way? Everyone is treating their mobile phone with some respect. Everyone is treating their car with some respect. Everyone is treating their pets with some respect, but they're abandoning their child. And also, equally disturbing, they're abandoning themselves. They don't care much about their body, they don't care about a lot of things regarding them. See, a character of mine in one of my novels, uh, well, I haven't written that yet, but the quote I think is gonna appear in my game. The quote goes very simply: if you treat your body like a stable, don't be surprised if people will ride you like a horse, or treat you like one nonetheless. The quote was addressed to a female character, and it had a bit of a sexual connotation given the character's well known debauchery. But the point of the quote was very simple. If you treat your body badly, well, don't be surprised that that's how you're teaching people. So they will treat you likewise. Once you treat your body better, well, people will act accordingly and toxic ones will probably move away. Once you remove a lot of the negative energies and unneeded people and energies in your life, well, you'll become a bit more pleasant. The more pleasant you become in life, mentally and emotionally, the more you detach from these dimensions as well, the more pleasant you will be, and therefore you'll open yourself more to love. Once you experience it, there is no going back and no preparation needed. Well, this being said, thank you for watching. You're appreciated. Take care. And this being said, Ferenjan Board signing out.